welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a story time. This is like not a funny story time because this has to do with my dogs, my fur babies, and you know, my dogs are very special to me. They're like my children. And you know, if that bothers you, don't watch this video because I am beyond attached to my dogs. So actually happened a few weeks ago, so we'll just start from the beginning. So my neighbor came to my house. She has two bulldogs and they get along really well with Coco and Roscoe, my dogs. So we always go on like these group walks, and we'll either go to the park because we live so close to a park, like literally it takes me a couple seconds to walk into the park. That's how close I am to a park, so it's nice. And then we also have a cemetery really close by, which is nice to walk through because it's so quiet. It's a cemetery. So we decided to go to the park because we hadn't been there in a while. We usually go to the cemetery a few times and then also go to the park. We were walking and her dogs' names are Stanley and Iris. One's male, one's female. Stanley, the male, had to poop, so he pooped. And he pooped right near the walkway because there's a walking path. So he pooped right next to it. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna let you hold all the dogs while I pick up the poop. Mind you, Stanley and Iris are both like 75 pounds. Roscoe's like 56 and Coco's like 27. So that's a lot of weight for me to hold. Like, I'm strong, but if they're pulling, they're gonna like get away. So anyway, as I'm holding them, this lady is like watching me, and she like purposely, I feel like in my heart, it was purposely, walks in the dog's viewpoint because there's a field by the walkway, and instead of her going like straight down and around and the dogs wouldn't even have noticed her, she went right in front of, she went to the field and close to the walkway and like was staring. And so the dogs were like whining and whimpering. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna pull me. Like, it just happened so fast. They pulled me, and I actually did skin my ankle real bad. It hurt for like a few days and it's healing now. It's gonna be scarred. That's how bad I fell. Because the walkway has like these metal things that come up to kind of keep the path in check. So anyway, it was literally so annoying because I feel like she purposely did it. And so the dogs pulled me, I fell, they get out of my reach. It was like so quick. I mean, I couldn't hold them. I literally fell trying to hold them. Needless to say, the dogs got loose, and you know, everything was fine. Like, the dogs were excited. I think the lady was like overwhelmed because there's like two 75-pound bulldogs, and then you got Roscoe who's like 55, 56, and then you got little Coco who's 25 to 27 pounds coming right at her. So I mean, I think that would definitely scare anybody, but it wasn't like they were charging aggressively. But anyway, they charged and they were like so happy to see the other dog. They were like, you know, they were not, it was not like aggressive at all. Like, nobody was biting, nobody was growling, nobody was showing teeth. Like, they were all just like, I guess, smelling the German Shepherd and just like trying to like feel it out. I don't know, like dog world. Like, it was not anything aggressive. So I wasn't really concerned. But I mean, the lady was like screaming profanities, like, get your bleeping dog, you bleeping biatches, like crazy profanities. And I'm just like, okay, like, I'm coming, like, you know, I fell, so I got up and like went, and she's like screaming and freaking out, and there was like no need to, because there was like literally nothing going on. It was just fine. So I finally get down there, and by the time I'm down there, which I fell, got up, and started walking down there because she was screaming, she whips out this big can of it looks like wasp repellent. Like, it's this huge can, and she starts spraying, and it was almost like red, like the hue was red, but she was spraying all over the dogs. And I thought it was pepper spray. I didn't know what it was. So, you know, after she sprays the whole freaking can, you know, my dogs can't even see. They're like, you know, and Stanley and Iris, all of them, they're like rubbing their faces into the grass, and I had to bring them to the walkway. So the walkway's all gravel. My poor little Coco with one eye, she's like digging her eye into the gravel. It was like horrible. They were all like, you can tell they were wheezing, foaming, and just like so irritated. I kid you not, Coco couldn't even walk. I had to pick her up. The minute I picked her up, I was like, like it was strong as hell. Like it was crazy, and I was just so upset because I mean, the lady was walking away. I didn't even like have a chance to find out what she sprayed my dogs with. I just assumed it was pepper spray. Long story short, you know, we're walking, she's going this way, we're going this way because we obviously had to leave. We didn't even really finish our walk. We didn't even really start our walk. Like, so we had to go all the way back. We went to her house. She had a hose outside, and we hosed the dogs down with soap and water. And I kid you not, even after washing them, it still lingered. Like, it was still, like, I would cough every now and then. And recently, it's been a few weeks since this happened. Recently, I kissed Coco, and my lips started burning. I'm like, this shit is strong. We did end up finding out that it was bear mace because she actually ended up posting on this like local like like a Facebook page for like our town. She ended up posting on it. But anyway, I'll give you guys the gist of what she said. She basically said that, you know, there was 2 women walking 4 bulldogs, and we let the dogs go purposely so that it could attack them, and we were just standing there, and I had a baby stroller, and it was just like, you know, all these lies that, you know, she called animal control and they were looking for us, and what else did she say? That we were breeding them, that they weren't registered with the town or licensed. It was just like this nonsense. And so many people who knew us and knew of the situation, because I had posted on my Facebook page what happened, were commenting and just like going crazy, like, we know these bulldogs would never do that, they've been around forever, whatever. And, you know, needless to say, this lady's cried wolf many times in the past. She claims that her dog and her always get attacked by other dogs, so no one really believed her. It was like a waste of her time to even like, and a waste of her energy to even make up such a stupid false story. I did end up seeing her, and me and Adam actually both saw her, and we took her aside and said, listen, if you ever see us, just walk the other way. Don't walk near us. Don't come near us. You're never going to mace our dogs with bear mace ever again. They have like specific mace meant for dogs, and bear mace, like she proudly was saying like on this Facebook page, yeah, I use bear mace to get them off, and good luck trying to wash it off. Like she was just such a mean person. So, you know, we took her aside. We're like, listen, you're never going to mace our dogs again. And like, she didn't know what to say. It was funny as hell. Like she acts all tough online, completely different person. Needless to say, my doggies are okay. You know, we were worried about Coco because Coco has one good eye. And think about this. She maced a freaking Boston Terrier French Bulldog mix, and she has a German Shepherd. Like, Coco couldn't stand against a German Shepherd, but yeah, she maced her too. So it was completely just out of line and crazy, and definitely a story I wanted to share with you guys. You know, there's crazy people out there, so you just gotta roll with the punches and watch out. So I haven't been to the park since with my dogs because knowing that there's people out there that do that kind of shit and lie, and I would just take them to the cemetery, and you know, it's a lot better that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Not funny, but letting you know, be aware of the crazy lunatics out there. And until next time, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.